See, he was faking being an old guy because they thought he was dead, but he wasn't dead. So he faked being an old guy, then he tricked Lois, and then he's back. Please welcome John Shea, ladies and gentlemen. John Shea. John Shea. How are you?
Thank you. Okay, man.
You started out as...
Wait a minute, I gotta get in.
I was gonna say, you started out as the good-looking Lex Luthor, because Lex Luthor in the comics is not so good-looking, and then suddenly you come back, shaved head, the whole situation. What happened?
I wanted to be weird.
A weird guy.
Well, the thing is that it was boring to play the same thing, so we decided to come back. I wanted to really be the opposite of whatever I was.
Right.
So I thought, what if a guy who had it all took a dive and woke up one day in the sewer system below New York City?
That's
what
where
if
you're living
Donald
now.
Trump, you know, just jumped off the World Trade Center and woke up under, you know, Grand Central Station?
How nice that would be for all of us.
And found himself eating dead rats and living with, you know, homeless people.
People like that story.
Eating with homeless people and stealing clothes off of dead men and, you know.
Wow.
He'd find out how tough he really was. That's the point.
And that's what Lex Luthor is doing right now. Because he's got trouble with Superman.
Well, he's got trouble. Yeah, well, yeah, but see, he's smarter than Superman.
I got some clues on that for you.
Go ahead, lay it on
Superman?
me.
Okay,
Yeah.
one thing. Kryptonite. Gives him the willies. I don't know where you can get it. But you throw that stuff at him, and if you want to give him something that he can't see, put it in a lead box. Because you can't. Just little tips for me to
A little birthday present for him?
A little something for him in the box, absolutely.
Happy birthday.
See, you're the super genius, right? Lex Luthor is a super genius.
Well, see, it's brains over brawn, and I always think that Lex Luthor's going to win, you know,
Right.
because, you know, he outsmarts him every time.
Yeah.
You know.
Then the series is over.
Well,
You got to watch that.
yeah, so that's why I take you know, I only come back and I do one, you know, and then they have what I call Kleenex villains, you know?
Right.
Just disposable villains, and he can vanquish them every week.
Guys that he can kill, yeah.
And
Is it a dangerous gig? 'Cause I heard there was a story where you hurt yourself in one of these things, a big stunt, or something occurred where...
You know, I smoked a cigar all last year. This year he can't
Right.
afford cigars. He's smoking, you know, like other guys' cigars that he finds in the subway
Right.
system, little stubs. But last year, yeah, I had a thing where I said, you know, I will not do that. And I hit with a cigar, and the ash went up in the air. And they had done 15 takes, and this time, you know, I thought, please get this take right. The ash went up in the air and landed on the back of my hand, but they didn't call cut. And so I just held it, you know, until the camera came in like this, and I could smell my flesh burning. I could hear it sizzling on the back of my hand. There it is, man.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's like
the
a huge,
real
like
thing,
the size
yeah.
of a dime.
So, but people say, you know, you were so intense in that scene, it's such great acting, you know?
You know, it burnt the hell out of your hand.
Burn yourself, yeah.
You know what I would do there if it landed on and I could smell my flesh? I would yell, cut myself. And I would get a little ointment.
You know, they had blown 15 takes on the focus, so I said, you know, I don't care what it takes, just get it right, you know?
You are a tough dude, man. You know, when you started doing the whole banging thing, you know what it reminded me of? When you did Bobby Kennedy.
Yeah.
Because I remember that Bobby Kennedy did tremendous oratory. That was a great thing.
The weirdest thing about doing Bobby Kennedy, though, was knowing when to use the voice.
The Kennedy voice?
The Kennedy voice. I went to the Kennedy Library and we got tapes, and,
Yeah.
you know, and I got all these tapes, and I used to walk around New York City in the subway and have these tapes going, and I'd be sitting on the subway going like this. These are revolutionary times that we all live in. And thus, as you and your young compatriots everywhere have, you know, and I'd go into this voice.
Right.
Then we got to the first scene. It was a big Thanksgiving Day scene. Martin Sheen was playing John Kennedy, Geraldine Fitzgerald, Blair Brown, E.G. Marshall, you know, sitting around the dining room table having thing. I was saying, please pass the salt, you know, a little more mustard on the gravy, you know. And it sounded so terrible.
Right.
You know, it sounded really like...
I guess they don't talk like that at dinner.
Bad acting?
No, but
we realized that they never talk like that. They just say, pass the salt, you know, give me the butter, you know.
Until the speech.
So we cut it out, yeah.
Yeah, because I used to love that. I once saw, I guess, John Kennedy Jr. speak.
Yeah.
And I was expecting him to get up there and go, these are the times, you know, but he was just like, hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah. You know, it was like that. And it was totally different.
Yeah.
What are you going to do now? You got a movie that you're working on.
I'm going to direct a film called Brass Ring.
What's it about?
A good story. It's like an Irish mean streets.
Oh, nice.
Set in South Boston. It's being produced by the legendary Merrill Holtzman here in New York.
Oh.
Nancy Travis is set for it. We're just starting to cast
You
it.
have who's the guy?
There's an offer out to a guy. I can't tell you who it is. Okay?
So I guess it's locked up.
Well, there's one thing that you got to know.
No, that's cool.
No, it's okay, Tim. But, you know, Stewart, is that an Irish name?
Well,
Could be, right?
No, but Jew, Irish, same thing.
But here's the thing, you actually look Irish, you know?
Really?
Yeah, but the question is, these guys are tough guys, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You want a piece? Is that what you're saying? You want a piece of this? You want a piece of 98 pounds of dynamite, my friend? I don't think so.
There's a downtown guy, you know?
I can rock your world. What do I gotta do? Find it?
All right.
Fast ring.
These guys have to know how to throw a punch. I'm serious, though. I mean, they can't just, like, I'm sure you're a good actor, but can you throw a punch?
No. But I can get hit and fall down really well. I did that in a bar just the other night. Just bang, go back. But I'm gonna come out and audition.
When was the last time you got into a real fist fight? Did you ever?
Yeah. I was in college. And some guy called me a nasty name, and I punched him.
Did you sucker him, or was it a fair fight?
It was fair. Wait, when they're not facing you, is that fair, or is that suckering? No. He was running the other way, and I ran up behind him and said, "Oh, boom!" And then just ran, and my big friends
tapped him on the shoulder.
Exactly,
Right.
and took her out. Well, that's real cool. Are they doing it in New York?
We're shooting it in Boston.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope to see you around the neighborhood. You and I live near each other, so I
That's
hope
right,
to
man.
see you around there. And
Downtown.
very nice to see you.
Yeah,
John
nice to
Shea, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with